Hello Fashionistas, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year! It's another decade for those of us who have been living long enough, which is indeed a blessing. As I've said in some of my previous videos, 2020 is the year of entrepreneurship. As you can see, I am in my car, so my eyes will go from side to side, head will go from side to side as I try to be safe in these streets. So today is January the 2nd, but before we get started, I would like for you guys to please subscribe, like, and share this video. I am trying to build my YouTube channel. I launched this on Christmas Day, so it's 7 days out. And today I wanted to come and talk to you about my breast reduction status. I had a breast reduction on November 26th. It was a success. I have no regrets so far. I am now 5 weeks post. I'm 5 weeks out. But there are some things that I do want to talk to you guys about that I had questions about that I could not find, because I go to YouTube. YouTube is like my main research portal that I did not find on YouTube. And the first thing is the smell. If you notice with my title, how you go from large fresh breasts to stinky smaller breasts. Like I said in one of my previous videos, I've always had large breasts. Believe it or not, I've never had an issue. Of course they sweat, but I've never had an issue like my sister and some other friends of mine have talked about that had larger breasts. I'm like the last one getting the breast reduction, that they would have this foul odor. I never had that issue, never. But all of a sudden, since my breasts have gotten smaller, I noticed one night about a week ago when I was taking off my post-op bra to get ready to shower, it was this foul odor, and I'm like, oh my God, what is that odor? So I stuck my hand between my breasts, and I'm like, oh no, it's my breast. So that really just threw me in a tailspin, because for those who know me, I am king on my hygiene, and I love to smell and look good, if nothing else. I love to smell and look good. And I'm like, where is this coming from? So, long story short, after doing a little research that I didn't find much about, talking to one of my dear friends and talking to my husband about it, and they just kind of brought some things to light. I'm experiencing, my flesh is healing, you know. Although my incisions are closed, I did a very detailed examination. There is still a pin opening right there at the cleavage, and I do apologize to you guys, but because of the line of work that I'm in, I cannot at all, even with distorted areola areas or digitized pictures, I cannot show you my breasts. I just can't show it because of the type of profession that I am in, and I don't think my hubby would like that either. However, there is a very pinhole area that I can still see an opening in, and I'm going to talk to my doctor about that on next week. But this odor, it just took me away. I just could not believe it. So after talking to my husband and a close friend of mine, they told me that you know, you got a lot of dead skin cells there. Your wounds are partially still, you know, open. And I noticed on the areola area that my areola is still really pink. And my husband had helped me get a good look at it, and I could see where certain areas they are scalping up, but I could see like that scalpy area where you could see like the crusted like pulse. And I don't mean to gross anybody out, but I'm just trying to help you ladies who may experience this, to let you know that it's practically normal, because there are breaks in between the time that you do see your doctor. And if you go at a time like I went during the holidays, they were just not always accessible to me. Or when I did call the nurse, they were so busy trying to get patients in and out, they just were not accessible to me for me to ask all these questions. So I reached out to YouTube and to Google, trying to find more information. However, disclaimer, none of this information is FDA approved. I am not a medical profession. I'm just sharing my own personal experience, okay? So let's be mindful of that. I'm professional, but not medical. So let's be mindful of that. So, my incision, I had the lollipop anchor because my breast was so large. And the lollipop anchor means that they cut around the areola, they take a line straight down the middle of the areola, and they anchor underneath each breast. So I had an incision around the areola, I had an incision down the middle underneath the areola, and I had that anchor breast that wraps almost completely half circle around your breast. So I had a lot of healing to do. By far, like I said, right there in the cleavage, right there in the crease on my, what channel is this? My right hand. Right there on my right breast, I can see like a pinhole opening that I said I was going to talk to my doctor about. So I don't know if that's where the actual odor was coming from, if it was coming from the areola area where the dried up pulsy scab and stuff is. I don't really know where that odor was coming from, but I know it was coming from my breast. And it made me feel very, 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 very self-conscious, because it just smells bad. So what I did, I went out to Sprouts. I don't know if you guys have a Sprouts, but I went out to Sprouts and I picked up this right here. You probably can't see it, so I will link it. This is called Crystal Mineral Deodorant Spray, and it's supposed to help with sweating, and it is non-alumina, chlorohydrate, and paraffin free. So I will link a picture of this because I can't focus or show you what it is, but it kind of looks like this, and it missed. And so what I would do, I would just hold it way back, and I would just mist the area of my breast. And I did notice a difference in the smell of my breast. I did not spray it directly on there. I was holding it probably about a foot, maybe a foot away, and just allowing it to mist on my breast. And I would spray just a little inside of my post-op bras. I am still wearing a post-op bra. However, I am wearing the ones that I linked in my earlier video. Instead of that big white one, I still do wear that big white one. And honestly, depending on how you feel, how much support you want to have on that day as far as the back area, because the breast area, even in the ones from Amazon, they are pretty secure. But if you just wanted to just hold your back in, you know, some of us girls may have a few whirls. But I noticed that my back changed after I had my reduction, because he did do lipo in my back. So I did get rid of one of those little rolls in my back. Thank you, Doc. However, like I said, this is just what I did. It was not medically recommended. This is just what I did to secure myself and what I was going through. I was not going to put any body spray on it or put any perfume on it. So I just opted to use this crystal, and this is the lavender and white tea. They had other fragrances, and they had a non-scented one. So I just wanted to come and talk to you ladies about my experience. Like I said, I do bruise. I'm not too light, but I do bruise, and I noticed this morning my torso area is not bruised, but it's still like it's darker than what I'm used to seeing. So I'm still going through the healing process. This is not an overnight situation, ladies, so just be mindful of that, and just take your time. I'm still limiting myself into not lifting anything over 5 pounds. I still try to be attentive to my physical activity. Every step is calculated because I don't want any setbacks, and I want a good report when I go back to the doctor next week, because it's almost time for me to go back to work because I'm running out of sick days. So it's time for me to get back to work and just pick up where I left off at. But like I said, I just wanted to come and talk to you ladies that are experiencing this, because there were a lot of questions that were not answered. Going back to, and sometimes I forget things, so if I'm rambling on, forgive me. Something, excuse me. Excuse me. So I'm just trying to think of things that, excuse me, that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, I really just wanted to come on here and talk about the smell. So if you are experiencing some type of foul odor, just know that that is common, because if your areola peeled the way that mine did, and I told you mine completely peeled off, like to the pink layer of skin underneath. Why mine did that, I don't know. I saw other videos and they really didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about the peeling of the areola. So why mine did that, I'm not really sure. So I really wanted to come out here and share their experience, because I know I'm just not the oddball out. There are probably some other women who are experiencing that, or have experienced that. So it is practically normal. The nurse did tell me that. But as your body tried to heal itself and trying to come back to its normal state, be mindful that you have a lot of dead skin cells. You have a partially open flesh, and you're healing, and that stuff just has a foul odor to it. That's just like dried up blood. It smells. So pulse, dried up blood, and those things in our flesh, sometimes it just does not have a pleasant smell to it. So, like I said, I went out and got me some organic, and it does say dermatologist tested. So I'll let you ladies be the judge of what you would do to keep the odor down. I just knew that it was not good for me to put any solid things on my breasts, like powder or any aerosol deodorants, or I've even heard of women, not during their breast reduction, but just in regular life, taking the Secret and rolling it around their breasts to keep that smell down. And like I said, I never had that issue, even with my breasts being triple K. Never had that issue. So I use this Crystal Mist deodorant spray, and it is a deodorant, but it's supposed to be all natural. And I just wanted to come to you ladies and let you know, just take your time. You can leave any comments below to see if we can come up with some. Two brains is better than one, and we can just compare situations and see what we come up with. This has indeed been a journey. Like I told you, this is my 4th surgery, and this one by far is ranking number 2 as far as healing. So it's not a cakewalk. I thought it was going to be much easier for me, but it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. However, I don't regret having it. So I'm very excited about my new breasts. Like I said, I can never show you them or what they look like. You can only be able to see them, you know, through a shirt because of the line of work that I'm in. So I just want to thank you ladies for joining me, and please like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you ladies in my next video. Bye bye.